Hey guys, welcome back to Daily Bread. I'm your girl, Chef Sheena, and this is our 6th episode. Yeah, we're finally knocking them out. It seems like we're just going so fast. So make sure you like and subscribe to this video and hit that little red notification button so whenever we post them, you'll get a little ding whenever our videos post. Alright, so now let's get into the word so we can start cooking some good food today. So today we're going to go to Philippians 4:11, and this one is pretty good to me. It says, I'm not saying this because I am in need. I learned to be content whatever the circumstance. That one, I feel like in my life I go up and down. Like I'm content, or then I want more and I need more. I just can't just be comfortable with the things that God has given me because He's blessed me with so much. But it's like I'm constantly wanting more and more and more. So right now in my life I'm working on contentment. So I just thought I should share the word. Alright, so today we're gonna be making fried lobster tails with lobster and shrimp seafood mac. Yes. So we're gonna fry up the lobster tails, and then we're gonna make a mac and cheese with the little swirly noodles, and we're gonna put some shrimp and some lobster in it, and we're gonna make put it in the oven, and we're gonna make some asparagus to kind of give you like a vegetable with the dish, kind of balance it out. So let's get started. Alright, so we're gonna walk through the ingredients, kind of let you know what I have here. So we have like some butter, and that's gonna go inside your cheese sauce. This is your lobster and your shrimp. I just went through and diced it up, so whenever you put it inside your mac and cheese, it won't just be like whole pieces, it'll be like small bite-sized pieces. You don't have to do that, but it just kind of goes better if you do, but it's your decision. And I also put a little lime juice in here, that way it can cut off some of the fishy smell so it don't smell and taste so fishy. And then of course this is Edgewood cream. We're going to use this to make our cheese sauce. This is like the best milk to use. It's a local milk, so if you're not local, I don't know what else you would use, but if you're here local, they sell this at Harps, and it's the best one. And then I have your lobsters for the ones that we're gonna fry, and I also put lime juice on top of it. We're gonna season it with the little Tony's, just a little bit of Old Bay and garlic, pepper, and a lemon pepper season, just to give it some flavor. Then we're gonna let it sit, and then we'll marinate it with, well, not marinate it, but we'll batter it with our, this is a basic shrimp fry, and so we're gonna batter it with this. And then we have our fancy little squiggly noodles we're gonna use for it, not just regular elbow noodles that I typically use. Then we have our asparagus. I love asparagus, and again, I like the fresh ones, kind of too chewy, but this is really good. And I always season it with garlic, pepper, salt, and a little bit of a chicken broth. Give it a little flavor. And then we got some chopped onions. So when we go back over to our cheese sauce, I got some Edgewood sharp cheddar, and then we have like some regular cheddar cheese. We have like a Parmesan cheese right here, and then I have like a cheddar and a mozzarella mixed. On the cheese sauce, for the different cheeses, I like certain cheeses. Everybody uses a different cheese, but you just find like your favorite blend that you actually like. But that's usually typically what I use on my food truck. So I think we went over all the ingredients, so let's get started. Alright guys, so today we're going to be using our stove today. We're going to use this skillet to do our cheese sauce. And then right here we have our water boiling for our noodles. And then we're gonna fry our shrimp over here. And that'll probably be like the last thing we do. And of course we'll put our asparagus on the stove. So right here I have your water boiling for your noodles. And I always season my water. I usually use like salt or a chicken broth. So either or, it will be really good in there. Not a lot, just enough to give it flavor. Let's pour our noodles in here and get those going. Stir it up so it won't stick on the bottom of your pan. And those you just want to get al dente because you are going to put the pasta in the oven, so you don't want to overcook them and then put them in the oven, then it'll be like horrible. So make sure you pay attention to that. Alright, so right here, we're gonna saute our vegetables a little bit so they can get a little soft. And then I'm gonna throw my shrimp and lobster tails. I just lost the train of thought just that quick. My shrimp and my lobster tails in there and let them get brown. You can boil them if you prefer to boil them. You have options here. I just like to saute them. That way everything will have a flavor and all the flavors will come together and make something amazing. So let's get started. Alright guys, so we're going to start sauteing our vegetables. We got a little bit of wet butter in here, and I have my I have my red onions and I have my red peppers and my green onions. I don't know what just happened there. So we're just going to saute them a little bit so they can get soft, and then we're going to throw the shrimp and the lobster tails in there so they can cook a little bit. And then we'll pull it to the side, and then we'll start working on our cheese sauce. Alright, so these are getting pretty soft. I'm going to put some minced garlic in there. What is a stir-in paste? And I typically put my garlic in last because it burns faster. So that's why I didn't put it in earlier. So we're going to put that in there. And I'll say about 2 squares should be good. And then we'll add the shrimp. I'm going to mix it. And then we'll add the lobster right here. I want to get the lips from there. Definitely don't want it on my hands. So you really don't want to brown the shrimp and the lobster. You're just getting it, doing a little stir to it. So it can cook a little bit. And then you'll finish the cook off inside of the oven when you mix all of your pasta and your sauce together. Then you just kind of mix it all together. To make some seasoning on there. Salt right here. I like kosher salt. Whatever kind of salt you get, use it. I like kosher salt. It just works better for me. Looks better anyway. Just kind of let it cook for a few minutes. No more than 5 minutes, and you should be good. Alright, I'm going to put a little seasoning on there. I always use Tony. You can use Old Bay. You can use any type of seasoning. I like Tony's because it has like everything you need all in one. So, but make sure you do it to your taste. I can tell you 2 teaspoons or 1 teaspoon. But if it's not to your flavor, then you won't like it. And I usually eyeball everything. So, just put a little seasoning in there. And you should be good to go. So I'm going to strain this out. Take this out the pan. We're going to use the same pan to do our cheese sauce. So So you should have like a blend that kind of looks like this with your shrimp and your lobster and all your vegetables together. Should kind of look like that. In the bowl here. All that goodness out of there. Alright guys, so your pasta is, well, our pasta is done. It typically takes about 7 minutes on pasta. You don't want it to get too soft. You want it al dente because you still have to put it inside the oven. So we're gonna drain the water off of it, and then we'll get started making our cheese sauce and start building everything. Alright guys, so we're gonna start our roux for our cheese sauce. And I put butter in there just to bind it a little bit. Some people use butter, some people use oil. Whatever you have, whatever makes you happy. But I'm gonna use butter because I have butter out today. And basically you just wanna make a little bit of a thickener so when you put your milk and everything in there, it'll all come together. Don't want to do is burn your roux. That's the most horrible thing that you can possibly do is burn your roux. And when you think of a roux, you probably like, when I make the gumbo, I will do this until it turns like really brown. Alright guys, so we kind of got our roux going here. So I'm going to pour in some of my favorite milk so we can get started melting our cheese and everything. So probably need to shake that up just a little bit. Sorry guys. Now let's try it. So what we're gonna do here is let the milk and the milk and the roux come together and make a thick creamy sauce, and then we'll start adding cheese, and then we'll put more milk in there. Alright guys, so just in case you don't know what a roux is basically a fat and flour mixed together to thicken a sauce. So that's all you're doing. So you'll make sure that your your cheese sauce for your mac and cheese will be all thick and creamy, or if you're using it for a gravy, it just brings it all, binds it all, and brings it together. Alright guys, so this is about where you should be looking. The way it should look by the time you add some of your milk and your roux together. You're just making a little creamy sauce for your cheese and stuff. So you can start putting your cheese in there. It's not no certain way to it, just put the cheese in there, in and out. And I'm gonna put some more milk in there to kind of thin it out a little bit. And you can use regular milk. I just love this Edgewood milk. It's my favorite. But you can use any kind of milk you like. And you just need to thin out your sauce. Thin out your cheese, because it's going to make a really nice sauce. And then I'm going to put this blend in here. I'm not going to put a lot in there because I want to put some on top of my mac and cheese before I put it in the oven. I got more. So I'm not a big breadcrumb person on my mac and cheese. Some people are. It's not a right or wrong way to making it. You're just making a cheese sauce, and however you like your cheese sauce, that's great. But so that's why I kind of use my roux, so I won't have to put breadcrumbs and stuff on there. Alright guys, so here's a little tip. Like, don't burn your cheese. If you burn your cheese, just scratch it out and start over. And sometimes cheese is very expensive, but if you scratch it on the bottom, it's gonna go throughout the whole cheese sauce and it's over with. So make sure you stay close to your cheese and you just keep on stirring it until it thins out and make the sauce that you would like. And just turn your fire down low. Alright guys, so we got our cheese sauce thinned out. Looks pretty thin. But we're gonna start building to it. We're gonna put our noodles in and then I'm gonna fold it all in. That way we won't have too much. We'll have just enough. So I'm about to transfer my meat into the noodles and then we're gonna put the cheese sauce over the meat. Alright, so we got it stirred up a little bit. Pour our sauce on there. Liquid gold, people. Liquid gold. Transfer it into our bacon dish and then we'll put a little more sauce on it. Alright, so make sure when you pour away from you and not to you. Because you don't want that stuff splatting in your face. Ooh, I am making a mess here, guys. And you know I am the queen of making messes. Alright, so now I'm going to put the cheese on the top of it and put it in the oven and let it bake for about 20 minutes. 20 to 25 minutes. And this is just giving it all time to cook together and then melt some more and come together and make an amazing flavor. Alright, so now we're going to start on our asparagus. I got my pan heating up here. We're going to put a little bit of butter in it. Kind of saute your onions just a little bit, not a lot, but a little. Let that get hot, do its thing. So while that's doing that, we're gonna jump on here and start seasoning, and then we'll batter our lobster. So like I said, in here I have Tony's, I have a little obey, and then I have, I was about to say ube, but I said obey. I have a little Tony's, I have obey seasoning, I have garlic powder, and I have salt, pepper, and a little bit of lemon pepper. So you basically just want to season them up. Just like you'll fry some chicken. Get some flavors going on in there. And not too much, because your shrimp fry, it already has a little bit of flavor in there. It has a seasoning in there, so don't quite overdo it. But I'm gonna let it sit here and let it marinate a little bit. Okay, so this is what your lobster look like. I cut it on the top. You can go from the bottom, it's a little harder, but I cut it off the top, that way you can clean it. You have to clean a lobster just like you do a shrimp. So you need to get that black string out of there, because if you don't, you just ruin your whole meal. And these are not cheap at all. I think like one of these are like $10. So make sure you do the proper care to them before you cook them and serve them. Alright, so I like to said, I like my asparagus in the can. Got the extra long ones. And you got your butter and you have onions in here that's sauteed. I just want to get them a little bit softer. So, because these don't take that long to cook. So if you like saute them a little bit, and then when you cook it with here, they all should be at the same texture. And I drain the water out of it, and then I put a little water in it to go inside of it. Probably could use a smaller pan, but this works. This works. Just as well. So I'm gonna put a little more butter in there. I like butter. I told y'all that. And my seasoning. And in my seasoning, I have like a little bit of lemon pepper. I have garlic. I have salt. I like kosher salt. And then I have a little bit of like the chicken bouillon. I can't even say it right. Just to give it a little extra flavor. And just remember, you'll flavor this to your taste. So don't feel like you have to go off of mine. And I I mix them in a bowl together. That way they'll all, when you pick it up, you'll have all the flavors as one in one. Instead of scooping it out teaspoon by teaspoon. Alright, so this right here can do its own little thing, and we're gonna start on the frying the lobster. Alright, so we're about to do the final step of our meal, which is battering and firing the lobster tail. I do that last because they only take like 7 minutes to cook. So that way you can, they can still be hot and fresh whenever you serve your mac and cheese. And I like to put mine on top of the mac and cheese to do like a little presentation, but you can put it on the side. It's just up to you. Alright, so you want to grab your little tail, swinging water here, and you're going to toss it inside of your batter. And what I typically do is kind of squeeze it because it still have like liquid in it, and that way you'll have like more batter versus the batter will suck up, it will absorb the liquid pretty much. And then you just take it out and you put it on the side. I'm gonna set it on my cutting board because I want everything to fry at the same time. Alright, so what we're going to do now is put it on there. Make sure your fryer is at like 350, 375. That's what I typically cook at. It just makes life a little bit easier. So we're going to put it in there. As soon as you put it in there, they're going to start turning. Woo! Sorry. As soon as you put it in there, they're going to start turning orange. But they typically gotta cook for like 7 minutes on each side. Alright, so we just got done with our lobster tails. Well, we got the little, I guess I got the small lobster. So this is what it looks like after you take it out the fryer. So now we're just waiting on our mac and cheese, and we're gonna make a really nice dish. Okay guys, so look, this is our seafood mac. Look how good and creamy it looks. I would dig into it, but in order to get the best result from a mac and cheese, you need to let it set for at least 20 to 30 minutes. So, not until it's like cold, but just to let everything bind together and get thickened and creamy, it'll still be amazing. So, I just want to show y'all my end result before I put it on the plate. Alright guys, this is it. This is our lobster and shrimp seafood mac, a fried lobster tail with our asparagus. I think it took us about 30, maybe 45 minutes to make, and probably about 15 minutes on the prep time. I wish I would have got bigger lobsters, but I didn't know. I did know, but I didn't think they were going to shrink up like this small. But the next time we'll get a bigger one. But it looks simply amazing. Alright guys, so we're going to do our sample test of our seafood mac and our fried lobster and our asparagus. So this smells good. Like, we had smell-o-vision. You'll be thinking your mind is playing tricks on you right now because it smells so good. and it's really hot, so it's really good, and you can taste the flavor from the shrimp and the lobster mixed with the cheese. Everything is all combined together. Got a great flavor. And of course my asparagus, like I eat these like 3 or 4 times a week. That's my favorite. So, like I said earlier, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel and hit the little red button for notifications. And I want to thank y'all guys for coming out to our 6 episodes. If you're new, then welcome. And if you're a previous guest, thanks for stopping by. And also remember, you don't have to be great to start, but you do have to start to be great. Peace.